So let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about why does progesterone go down. I mentioned stress. Stress is huge, and we've already talked about that. How does stress cause low progesterone or this condition of estrogen dominance? Well, there's a master hormone. It's called pregnenolone, kind of a long word. Pregnenolone truly is the original or the master hormone from which all the other hormones are made. So there's a very complicated pathway. So what happens during stress? Well, because pregnenolone is also used to make cortisol and adrenaline. I mean, these are our stress hormones during times of stress, which has been very, very high, especially in 2020. But in general, we live in a very stressful environment, and we've been doing this forever and not realizing just how much stress we've been under. But what happens is, well, your body's going to start shuttling and funneling that pregnenolone into those stress hormones. And one of the big hormones that's going to be affected is progesterone. So we are not going to make enough progesterone because of that pregnenolone being shuttled into the stress hormones. Again, stress kind of really throws this entire system off. It throws it off balance and out of homeostasis, and that is what we want to get back to. So this is the cause, and then how do we actually treat this? So in premenopausal women, what we do is we use natural progesterone, or I call it bioidentical progesterone, and we only take it during the second 2 weeks of our menstrual cycle, and we call that the luteal phase. Like I mentioned before, that is when progesterone really, really peaks, and that's when it's at the highest, and that is when it needs to be at its optimal level in order to balance out the estrogen, which is still going to remain elevated. Estrogen takes a lot more time to decline in the premenopausal woman. So how do we do this? Well, again, bioidentical or natural progesterone. So what does bioidentical mean? It basically means that the chemical structure is completely structurally and chemically the same as what our body would be producing naturally. That is a very basic, easy way to describe a bioidentical hormone.